Hello, all you beautiful ladies and classy gentlemen out there. This is your last call for insight, and I figured we would do something just a little bit special for this evening. And I already know, and I'm prepared. I believe, as far as Valentine's Day goes, depending upon if you have a girlfriend, if you have a wife, if you have a FBW, if you have someone that's undeclared, I think it's very important, depending upon however your relationship is defined, that you show appreciation for one another. Not just men specifically showing appreciation for women, but of course women showing appreciation for your man. If you have a good man and you're out there listening to this, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section of the live stream. That way I know that you're well taken care of. It's always good to hear not only from subscribers, and I know we're slowly building our channel here together. I want to say thank you to all my original subscribers, as well as all of you new subscribers that have recently popped in. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you very much. Today's kind of a very special occasion, and I'm actually going to explain why. Today's actually Valentine's Day of all days. And I know there are some specific individuals and, possibly some general individuals that despise Valentine's Day, depending upon what. I appreciate everyone's patience. So with that, as far as Valentine's Day goes, I think it's greatly important to show appreciation for whoever is in your corner. So again, some of you may despise Valentine's Day, others may enjoy Valentine's Day, some of you may actually expect something on Valentine's Day, and others maybe you just sleeping on Valentine's Day. I figured today's stream, titled Valentine's Day Special, Simping for My Female Subscribers. And let me take a pause right there. Let me take a pause right there and briefly explain why I'm doing this live stream. Specifically, I want to do this live stream because I recently released a video for all my male subscribers, and YouTube was very unhappy with it. Let me just say that. YouTube sent me a couple of emails regarding it. They were not happy at all. It was more so a joke than anything. I'm not 100% sure if, as far as my subs go, if you guys can even see it. I was again making this for the male subscribers. It is titled "At the Lead Attorney. My subscribers will outlive your subscribers." Hashtag meme. And in this video, if you haven't seen it, if you can see it on my channel, it basically, there was a news post in regards to science as far as men staring at chesticles and that increasing their lifespan by a range of 3 to 8 years. Again, it was a joke, but again, I wanted my male subscribers to hopefully get some value or enjoyment out of it. But as far as today's stream, today is to show appreciation for all my female subscribers, or possibly male subscribers. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and today's going to be a very laid-back stream. As you can tell, the camera is actually live. Right now I'm actually holding up my hands. I'm doing a clap gesture, a very slow bow. So it is in fact me. There's no video, there's no magic or anything like that. I'm just trying my best to make sure that you can hopefully enjoy this evening's theme. So tonight is Valentine's Day, and I will make myself available for each and every one of you. If it's just a chat, If you would like me to read poetry to you, I will read poetry to you. If you want me to hold a flower up to the camera for the screen, if you didn't receive any flowers, I will definitely do that. I can even pour the ladies or the gentlemen a drink if you so prefer. I think more than anything, while tonight's title, Simping for Female Subscribers, it's a joke, but again, I'm being 100% honest when I say I value each and every one of you, and I will take my time and give my time to you all. Honestly, I don't consider myself a high value man. I consider myself a man of high utility. And I think when it comes to specific things, either in my community that I hold very dear and true to my heart, as well as people who are within my circle, I definitely like to take the time and show appreciation towards them. So this is just me being real to each and every one of you. If you need me and you're in the chat, feel free to say hello. I'll even give you a free compliment, regardless if you're a subscriber or not. Today is all about the good vibes. Oops, and I apologize about that. This mic is in a especially inconvenient location. If you just bear with me for one moment, I'm going to make a small adjustment in OBS. I'm going to check the microphone sound. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. I'm going to make a small adjustment to my PodTrack P4, and I don't want to blare in everyone's ears. If you can just bear with me for about 30 seconds, I'm going to make an adjustment here and I'll be right back. Mic test. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. Hopefully everyone out there, you can hear me a little bit better. Made a small adjustment here. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. As far as today's show, make sure that I have this all lined up here. For those of you out there that like to enjoy a small drink during Valentine's Day, I did specifically get something for the ladies. I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm really not huge on alcohol, even though I do serve people occasionally. I think it does have its good moments, if you want to call it that. As far as today's drink, and if there's anyone who's interested, today's drink of choice for all the ladies is, of course, oh, let me get this in frame, sorry. We are learning a little bit here, not used to doing stuff live with the camera on. Okay, the label's facing in the right direction. It's a little bit hard to see. We have white Moscato cupcake for any of the ladies who would prefer. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's so hot in this room right now that it probably won't stay chilled for too much longer. So if you're interested by chance, I have this available. It's actually unopened. A long time ago, I actually discovered White Moscato Cupcake, and someone very special to me actually enjoyed it very much. It does actually have a cupcake flavor to it. Again, they're not a sponsor. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone with the bottle. But in general, I don't necessarily recommend, nor do I drink alcohol too terribly often. But if at all you're interested, it could be something that you may like or your significant other may like. Moving on. Let me make sure that our music is still going, if you give me a moment. There we go. Okay. I think while we are sitting idle, I will take a moment to perhaps read a little bit of poetry. If there's any gentlemen, if you end up watching this after the fact, this is actually some really good poetry that you can use for your significant other, or even ladies if you're looking for some poetry as far as, romantic poetry that you could share with your significant other. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen. Capture video. Let's turn this off. And we'll turn that off. When we first touched, my heart flew high on gossamer wings through a cloudless sky. They said it was built upon a lie. They told me my feelings would surely fade. Passion would flare and foes would be made. Can you not put the past behind? True love can change a river's course, or pierce the strongest vault with ease. True love can turn coal into gold. And that one was by Danielle Thomas. A very nice short poem. If you bear with me for one moment, I'm going to have a sip of water. Reading all this spicy poetry has actually raised my body temperature quite a bit. Either that, or maybe it's the fact that it's feels like it's 100 degrees in this room right now. Continuing on, we'll read one more. Oh, I did not finish that other poem. I apologize. True love can turn coal into gold, or tame the tempest to a balmy breeze. Quite some time has passed since then. People no longer criticize, for now they see the truth exists, where once there might have been only lies. Still, my feelings are the same today as they were on that very first. For when we touch, my heart still flies on gossamer wings through cloudless skies. And we'll go ahead and pause right there. I think that was a very lovely poem. I think it's important to not only culture yourself, have a respect and understanding for different types of reading. And again, I'm not saying that you should become a poet buff or anything like that, but especially it's especially important to not only educate yourself, but to really get an understanding of everything that's out there. And in a previous video that I actually made about, I think it was last week, it was from the Intentional Millionaires channel. Shout out to him. From that podcast, actually, it was in a previous video. From his podcast, the Thinking Man's podcast came onto his channel and had a very powerful, very great quote. It was saying, valuing education and information more than valuing entertainment. And I think there's a lot to be said as far as his specific wisdom involved with that, because I think life is filled with many distractions. There's distractions at home, distractions at work, distractions on TV. There's distractions even when you're driving from point A to point B. I think things are meant to grab your attention, and it can be hard to really filter all the information that we receive. It's really important to take a moment and really digest the information and then make a decision on what's best or what you think is best, and then move forward. Obviously, sometimes that's easier said than done, but I think that's one thing about life is you're always learning, and it never ends. And I think one thing that I wish someone would have told me as soon as I finished high school, and it's really something that's very unrated. As soon as you're a senior in high school and you're finally getting out, you can feel like you're alive and you can make choices for the first time in your life. And as a young adult, you can really feel like, I'm sick and tired of this school. I really hate everyone here. Maybe I don't have friends, or just the environment is just not healthy. I think if someone would have told me back then that, okay, high school is done, but your learning isn't done, I think I would have been slightly ahead of the game. And there's been several videos that I previously made in regards to the one in question that I'm thinking about is with the lead attorney. Shout out to the lead attorney. In that video, in regards to leadership and mentoring, understanding not only the value of your own time, as well as understanding and valuing other people's time is a very powerful thing. And I think specifically as far as what we can do, as far as making relationships, you know, some people don't move the same speed as we do. Other people, it just seems like the stars align and you become the best of friends. Even if you don't like the person, I think it's extremely wise to say don't waste your time interacting with them, talking to them, or even talking about them, especially if you want to separate yourself from all that drama. I think it's really important to acknowledge that, and then when you go to move forward for the first time, then you can actually start to really take a look at what's going on around you. So that's just a little food for thought with the white Moscato this evening. What we will go ahead and do is we will take a moment to read another poem. Again, if you end up popping in, feel free to say hello. This evening is a very laid back live stream. Again, since it is Valentine's Day, I figured that I would provide my time to you all. And if there's anything that I can do to make you feel at least 1% more appreciated, then I'd like to think that I'm doing my job. So if you just give me one moment here, I'm actually trying to go through my windows here. Let's see. It's actually easier to do the keyboard than to try to use the mouse. Let's go to... That was number 20 that we read. We will go to number 1. Okay. What we will go ahead and do, let me turn my camera back on. If there was ever a day that I was trying to put a camel through the eye of a needle, this day would be it, especially with wearing 2 masks in the dark. My cursor's around here somewhere. Okay, there it is. I can finally see it. Oh, I saw it. Okay, here we go. Turn that one on. Let's turn that one off. This one's called Defeated by Love by Rumi. The sky was lit by the splendor of the moon, so powerful I fell to the ground. Your love has made me sure I am ready to forsake this worldly life and surrender to your magnificence, to the magnificence of your being. It was a nice short poem, and I apologize for misreading that. Of course, for this actually brings up a very interesting point. For some of you patrons that occasionally I serve where you wear your sunglasses inside the club when it's dark, I don't know how you guys can see because I honestly can't see. You guys must have like x-ray vision or something. Oops, sorry about that. Again, I lost my cursor again. There must be a better way. Let's see. Okay, we can do it this way. There we go. Alt tab for the win. I can actually tell what those feel like. Again, I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. This is your last call for insight. We are doing something a little bit different this evening. As I had mentioned earlier in the beginning of the live stream, I had posted a video out there showing appreciation for all my male subscribers. As far as tonight goes and this evening, we are actually doing a live stream where you can actually physically see me. You may not be able to see my face, but this is actually me in the flesh. If by chance you happen to pop in and want to say hello, I am providing free compliments for all the ladies and gents out there. I am also serving white Moscato. You must be over the age of 21. And it's also a BYOB because the internet doesn't allow me to send it to you. With that being said, I do have a couple of flowers here if anyone is interested. We're going to take a moment here and hopefully I can find this vase. Okay, it's way over there. I see it now. I have a nice arrangement here. And again, of course, it's dark. We're going to try to turn on the lights here. There we go. Now I can finally see. We have a nice, very basic arrangement here. Depending upon what your favorite color is. If you like to be serenaded with either red, yellow, or pink. We have a very minimalist variation, but still I want to show appreciation for anyone that happens to pop in. But definitely I want to let everyone know that you are appreciated. We are having a very laid-back, easy-going evening tonight, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. We're just kind of hanging out as the lights slowly dim to off. We have a little bit of ambience going on the bottom right now. We're just trying something a little bit different, but again, I want to show appreciation for all my subscribers out there. And if by chance you're new and you pop in, thank you for stopping by. Again, the channel may not in particularly be for you, but still I'll show you the same appreciation and respect that I show my subscribers. So thank you for stopping by. If by chance you're enjoying yourself, feel free to hit the like button. I think tonight's stream is going to be very easy going if you give me a moment. Turn the music. I'm going to turn the music down. Well, it seems like it's fine. Let me make a small adjustment here. Hopefully the speakers don't get angry with me. Okay. It seems that they will behave. Wonderful. So this evening, again, we're hanging out. It's very easy going. Surprisingly, the amount of subscribers that I've picked up in the last month. Just a few weeks ago, we did our 100 subscriber celebration. Probably within the next few weeks, maybe a month or so, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to surpass 500 subs. We'll see. I think more than anything, regardless if my channel size increases or stays the same, as long as there's a few of you in here and you at least appreciate the videos that I post, that's more than enough for me. So I accidentally lowered that. So with that being said, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll take a moment to read another poem. Again, for all my subscribers, if you're out there and you pop in, I appreciate you. You know, it may not necessarily be your thing to have someone read you poetry, and that's perfectly fine. This video isn't for everyone, but again, I think it's important to show appreciation and value to each and every one of you. So if it's not your love language, of course, please disregard, but at least please try to acknowledge that I tried. So, okay, for this next one, let me Alt-Tab real quick. That way I can get to the screen that I need. There we go. We're gonna turn that off. Excellent. This next poem is called If I Thought. If I thought for just a moment that this would be my last breath, I tell you I'll love you forever, even beyond death. If I thought for just a moment that your face would be the last I'd see, I'd take 1,000,000 pictures and save them just for me. If I thought for just one moment that your voice would be the last I'd hear, I'd listen attentively and promise not to shed a tear. If I thought for just one moment that your touch would be the last I'd feel, I'd embrace you and know that this has all been real. If I thought for just one moment that my heart would beat its last beat, I'd thank the Lord for allowing us to meet. I'm just saying, I think so far out of all the poems that I've read, that one's pretty fire, I'd have to admit. We're gonna go ahead and switch back over. If I can find the right screen. Nope, not that one. Yep, that one. If you bear with me for just one moment, I'm going to take another drink of water. Again, that spicy poetry is causing my throat to be a little bit dry. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Tonight's fragrance, for those of you that are interested in it, they are not sponsored. Beverly Hills Perfume. Unique Luxury. Surprisingly, this particular fragrance I actually love. Again, not sponsored. Believe it or not, I actually came across this fragrance from Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. I think more than anything, you should have an understanding of what you know and what you don't know. And as far as fragrances go, I don't really have a time, nor do I have the attention to really put in and find out what fragrances are good. And I can't remember at what live stream that he actually promoted that one. It was actually considerably some time ago. I want to say at least maybe 6 months to a year ago. Just to let you know, as far as cost, if you were to look them up on Google, it is legit elite cost perfume slash cologne, more so cologne than anything. It smells wonderful. If you want to make a first impression, it's great. Again, not sponsored. it is ridiculously expensive. I'll turn on my camera just to show the bottle that I have. I want to be careful because definitely I don't want to drop it on the ground. That would be exceptionally bad. When you see the size of this thing, oops. When you see the size of this thing, it'll literally blow your mind. Let me turn my camera back on here. If you take a look at the size of this again, this is not a big bottle whatsoever. This tiny bottle right here, and again I'm trying to see if there's any particular size amount on there. Again, this is smaller than one of my fingers. This little bottle was $16, so if you imagine what a full-size bottle of this that standard perfume would or cologne would come in, it ranges in the $400 or $500 range. Again, it's nice if you want to use this. I've been using this one for some time. I only use it on extremely fancy occasions just because it's nice to put a little bit of this on my suit. But in general, I don't think I would ever spend $500 on a men's cologne unless they want to sponsor me, and then yeah, give me free fragrance and then I'll wear it all day and put it out there. So that is the story behind the Beverly Hills unique fragrance. It's wonderful. Again, it's something that I would recommend if you have a little bit of money and want to try a sample. However, it's specifically not for everyone. If you just give me one moment. I'm actually quite impressed that I was able to do that. Okay. There we go. Let's go back. Let me save this real quick. Good evening, Before the Billions. I appreciate you stopping by, sir. Should probably turn on my timestamps. That way I can see when the stamps were noted. And it's probably... Oops. Okay, there we go. Now I can see stuff. Appreciate it, Before the Billions. He is a content creator here on YouTube. He provides excellent content in regards to finances. I apologize. He is a tech specialist. I deeply apologize, Before the Billions. He specializes in tech. He does wonderful videos in regards to tech. He also does have conversations in regards to finance as well. He's just great to watch, and him as well as the other content creators that usually have like a 4 to 6 panel discussion. I always enjoy to go over there and just kind of relax and listen to the conversations. He seems like a very nice guy. I've never met him before. We have had casual conversations and discussions in the live streams before. So shout out to Before the Billions. And again, we're just doing something extremely casual today as far as showing appreciation for my female subscribers. It is Valentine's Day, of course, so happy Valentine's Day to you, good sir. While it may or may not be your thing, If you're interested in getting a compliment, I am passing out free compliments to all my subscribers as well as anyone who comes in. So again, I appreciate not only you providing a positive outlet on YouTube, but I also value you as a person and someone who consumes YouTube. So out of everyone's channel that you just happen to pop in, I appreciate even if you come in here for 60 seconds. It means the world to me. So I want to say thank you, sir. I'll give you my salute of respect. And again, you're always welcome here. I know we specifically do content that's slightly different than your channel and other channels, but again, I think more so than anything, having a open discussion to promote conversations is really what it's all about. And I think occasionally, as far as the content that I do, there are some times where I do make jokes, or there can be occasions where it seems like, oh, is he serious? Is he joking? I'm not necessarily doing it for let me rephrase that. I'm not always doing it for the lulz. I think, again, when you have a honest conversation with people, especially in a environment like today, I think we are kind of heading in a direction where people are easily offended, and I think it's almost to the point where we need to do kind of like not necessarily, I don't want to call it a reset, but I think if we show at least appreciation for some of the freedom of speech that we have, then it would almost make some of those same conversations a little bit more digestible. So I think in general, as a society, we do have a little bit of work to do, and that's probably an understatement of the century, but I think we as a individual, we can only do what we can do. And I think if you try not to burn bridges, try to foster relationships, whether they're intimate, those that are close to you in your circle, and really foster it, show appreciation to others that you care about and that care about you, you're considerably more likely to find success, or at least, in general, be that much more happier. So I think that's just a little free insight that we're going to put out there. We are just kind of relaxing this evening. To be completely honest with you, I'm not 100% sure how long I'm going to do this, but I think as far as this evening stream goes, to show appreciation and to see, out of curiosity, how long I can wear this mask in this heated room with all these lights and equipment going, like it's almost a comical situation for me. So I'm just kind of curious to see how long personally I can hold out. So as far as the live stream itself, there's really no particular time constraint behind it. I will of course try to keep the conversation interesting as far as showing appreciation to not only my subs but my guests as well. I think it's a pretty interesting evening, and I'm sure that most people are probably occupied doing possibly some Netflix and chill, or maybe they're watching movies, or maybe they're having a very nice meal, or perhaps they're on their way out looking for some adventure, and that's okay. I think more so than anything, again, I'm just trying to make myself available for anyone who perhaps needs someone to give them a compliment, needs someone to chat with them for a moment. It's especially important, especially we as human beings definitely do not self-delete. That's more important than anything. Make sure that you value what you have, and that can be extremely difficult, especially when it seems like you have more problems than actual solutions. So with that being said, we will switch back over, and this one is called I Love You. I can't talk to you without feeling honor. I can't see you without feeling wonder. I can't touch you without feeling pure. I can't feel you without wanting more. I can't hold you without feeling safe. I can't kiss you without feeling great. I can't miss you without feeling pain. I can't meet you without wanting to again. I can't watch you without feeling awe. I can't love you without feeling loved. I can't lay with you without feeling passion. I can't stay away without feeling rationed. I can't dream of you without sleeping soundly. I can't cope without you around me. I can't sleep without you in the bed. I can't be alive without feeling your breath. I can't think without you on my mind. I can't leave without feeling unkind. But most of all, I can't exist without you in my life. That was actually a very wonderful poem. I think the previous poem, this one, these poems are actually pretty legit. I think number two really, number two was a really good one. I'm not gonna lie. This one right here, I think, especially this particular line, I think this line right here is very powerful. And for some of you guys out there that need, for some of you gentlemen out there, let me rephrase that. For some of you gentlemen who need to perhaps level up your game, feel free to use these poems. As far as this line right here with this poem, I can't stay away without feeling rationed. I think that's a wonderful phrase. If by chance for any of my listeners or subs that were in the military, rationed means being broken up over time. And as far as being in the military, you have rations which are meant to make do over a period of time. So being separated by or separated from the person that you love, you feel rationed because they are not there. I think that's a wonderful line. And that's actually a really good poem. I think number two is still my favorite. I may go back through, but number two is definitely my favorite. Number three is a very close second. Number one was, it was okay. Number 20 was okay. We're going out of order. We started on 20 and we're on number three, or we just finished number three, so. Okay. Again, I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. We are just hanging out for this evening, and I want to show appreciation for everyone as far as what we have going on. I know it's Valentine's Day. If Valentine's Day in general isn't your speed, that's perfectly fine. I just want to show appreciation to not only all my subscribers, but also for anyone that happens to be popping in. This is a very casual stream, and again, if by chance you're interested in free compliments, I can give you a free compliment. If you're interested in a flower to be serenaded, this is just me taking an opportunity to provide free conversation value and appreciation for all my subs. So for all of you that have come, either subscribed or maybe just popped in, saw a video, thought it was funny, or even if you didn't, you still came and you still watched it, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much. Give me a moment, I'm trying to type. I think he's already gone, but I will send that anyway. I totally cannot read that font. Hopefully it is correct. I meant to type before the billions. I appreciate you. If it says then that's what I intended to write, and unfortunately that's what came out. So with that being said, I am going to pause my camera because it is exceptionally toasty. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. This is your last call for insight. Again, we are just hanging out. It is currently 8:40 p.m. if you live Central Time. I know for some of my subscribers, it showed 49% of you live in the United States. As for as the other subscribers, you may be located all around the world, and that's perfectly fine. If by chance you happen to pop on, or if you happen to watch this later, again, I just want to let you all know that I appreciate each and every one of you. We are having a casual stream, and of course, it's Valentine's Day. Okay. I feel much better now after having that water. Okay, let me turn my camera back on. I'd be curious, out of all my subscribers, if you end up watching this, let me know. If you have a particular custom that you prefer to do, whether it's go see a movie, perhaps you go out and have dinner, maybe there's just something that, or maybe you stay home, maybe for something new and unique. Perhaps your spouse or significant other normally cooks for you. However, on Valentine's Day, you show them appreciation by doing something a little bit special. So maybe either as the husband, wife, spouse, fiance, girlfriend, boyfriend, you cook a little something for your loved one. I'd be curious on what specifically it is that you do to show appreciation. And if that's not your thing, then that's perfectly fine. I'd be curious on what you don't do. Everyone is different, and that's perfectly fine. And my mask keeps hitting my microphone. I apologize about that. It's actually the first time that I've had this all set up on the live stream. For those of you that are just coming in, or maybe you watched mid, this is actually me as I do a little wave for the screen. I'm actually here versus it being a post-edit video. I figured I would do something new and different for each and every one of you. Again, we've been streaming for roughly about 54 minutes, it appears. This is something that's very impromptu. I figured I would give it a try just to see if it was something that each one of you are interested in. If by chance this isn't your thing, maybe you prefer the short form content, something that's a little bit off the wall or crazy. Maybe you prefer the animation and having all the jump cuts, that's perfectly fine as well. I figured I would do something just a little different to show each and every one of you a little bit of appreciation. So thank you, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day, as well as a wonderful Valentine's Day. As we move in closer to the evening, we are going to continue on with another poem here. If you bear with me one moment. I'm definitely gonna need to do quick keys on this because this is bananas. This is seriously bananas. Okay, it's that one. This one's titled Riding Mountains. My love for you rides mountains, so many ups and downs, emotions soar. But one thing never changes, my love for you I cannot ignore. There are days I feel this is too much, and I don't know what to do. But let's face it, who are we kidding? I want nothing else but you. And that one is Riding Mountains. That was nice for how short it is. Again, it's only 7 lines long. It's not a terrible poem. Again, it's very quick and to the point. It's not as, in comparison to the second and third one, I don't think it is quite as, it doesn't have the same inspiration and oomph to it, I would say, personally. Again, I'm not a poetry buff, but I figured we would share a quiet evening together. And speaking of quiet, my music stopped. So if you give me one moment, I'm going to restart that back up. That way we can enjoy a very relaxing evening with a little bit of romantic music in the background. Again, this isn't quite for everyone, but I figured I would do something a little bit different. Something a little bit different this evening. This evening I'm wearing my 3-piece suit. I'm going to try to carefully stand up just to kind of show it off. So, a very simple suit with a vest. I'm not a huge tie buff, but I do like this tie. I think it has a nice accent to it. This is actually my all year round suit. And specifically more so during the summer, I enjoy wearing this. I have a slightly better suit than this one, and I usually wear that one during the winter, but this one is nice when it's actually warm outside. So it allows me, it actually breathes. On the inside I have these kind of, it's a custom-made suit. That way it vents near the armpit area and slightly under. That way I can get fresh circulating air. It's made out of a lightweight material. Unfortunately, I can't shout out the person that I had make it. I do enjoy it, and it's a very nice suit. Perhaps one day, if I find someone who publicly makes reliable suits, then I can make a recommendation for you. Oh, before the billions, I appreciate you. Glad you're making content, bro. Yeah, we're definitely trying something different. Again, as far as today's content, I'm just showing appreciation to all my subscribers. Again, I appreciate having you here this evening. Salute to you, sir. And while initially the title of today's live stream, it was simping for my female subscribers, I think showing appreciation for my female subscribers, that way it's not a total meme, but again, just providing value and time to anyone who happens to come in, I think is extremely important. So this evening we're just having casual conversations, providing compliments to everyone. It's going to be very laid back. We're reading a little bit of poetry on this very special day if it's something that you celebrate. If not, then it can just be a very chill, relaxing evening. I'm just kind of relaxing with everyone, giving them free compliments. Let's see. Sorry, I'm having an incredible difficulty seeing the screen in between it being in the dark. I know this is something that I'm experimenting with, but it's still exceptionally fun to do. At the same time, it's very complicated. Hold on one second. It's almost like, let's see, glad, yeah, I read that one. Salute to you as well. Oh, I appreciate it, sir. Oh man, that was a lot of work to be able to read that one line. But I think, and I appreciate having you here. One of the things that I appreciate more than anything else is, especially on your channel, shout out to Before the Billions and his channel. I think when I see you either up on your panel or up on someone else's panel, to me, and again, we've never met before, you seem like the person that's very approachable, and I mean that in a very respectful and positive way. I think as far as understanding not only people who provide value to either on YouTube, value in the community, being able to have a instinct for people that not only present themselves in a manner that's approachable, but also when they speak, that also reassures that belief, I think is a wonderful thing. So I think that will carry you far. I know he just recently got his monetization, so congratulations on getting monetized for your channel. I can't imagine what that would be like. When I initially started here, even just a month ago, I had very few subscribers, and again, I think this is something that I enjoy doing, and regardless if I continue to stay small or not, I think it's nice to have vision of pie in the sky, and being someone who considers and again I say this, I consider myself to be a man of high utility, not a high value man, but someone who provides utility to others. I think it will eventually be something that I get towards, but again, as far as showing appreciation and value to specifically my subscribers, it's just one of those things that I'm not really overly worried about it, but it would be very nice. So I try to practice like I perform, and hopefully what I'm providing as far as posts for my videos, someone enjoys. I will find that out by I guess the likes or the comments that they leave on the video. I think that's a very obvious tell, especially being on YouTube. But I think just like many things in life, even doing those small appreciation things for other people can be quite challenging with all the distractions going on. So as far as this evening goes, please accept that as my humble compliment to you, sir. I think it's one of those things that when you acknowledge others around you as providing value to the community, and I think that's the way that I phrase it. I think YouTube streets sounds funny, and I don't necessarily, I'm not overly whoopee about the term. I think YouTube community in general, I think has a better ring to it, just for as far as, you know, what I'm trying to promote. But they are both in the same thing, and I understand this given from in between the two different worlds of people that I interact with. So it's a interesting thing as far as, you know, meeting different types of people, and that's one of the things that I really look forward to as I move forward with providing content on YouTube, is having slightly more opportunity to be able to interact and discuss with people. I think it's important to really acknowledge challenges or problems when they come up, and of course to really take a break to really analyze the situation and move forward. And I think everyone moves at different speeds, which is why I want to provide this video for everyone. And again, if it's just one of those things where only a few people watch it, I am perfectly happy with that. I think what we will do is we will take a moment. Let me shut that off. And we will read our next poem. This one is Life Moves Way Too Fast. You're the reason I get up to face each hectic day. How did our lives get so consumed with nonsense along the way? We used to take time to laugh and play a game or two, but now it seems we fight a lot and cry way too much too. So when you go to sleep at night, I'll slip in by your side. I'll hold you close and squeeze you tight and feel amazing pride. You're the one that I love best. It's very clear to see. With every day I know I'm blessed that you're a part of me. Now let's just try to slow it down and savor all that's past, for that's what molds our future, and life moves way too fast. I think that was actually a really good poem. I would definitely probably say this is the number 2 slot one. Oh, where'd my cursor go? We're doing stuff here. Let me see if I can bring this back up. There we go. I think that poem there is my number 2 favorite. Definitely number 1. Not number 1, number 2 or number 3. Oh man, I'll have to go back. We're at 6 already. Let me scroll back up. We're at 6. Remember 6. Let's see, what was number 1? Yeah, it was number 2. Number 2 is definitely my favorite. We just read number 5. Here in a moment we will get to 6. If you just bear with me one moment, I need to turn off my camera. That way I can drink some water. I'm not gonna lie, this is starting to get tough in between all this heat and wearing this mask and everything. We will definitely, excuse me, I apologize. We definitely need to devise a better system. Last week I was designing a virtual avatar that I could show on the screen. That way it would talk when I would talk. It's almost 100% done, but I was having some issues with it. And of course today is a very special evening for all my subscribers and everyone out there. So I wanted to show appreciation by doing something a little bit different. Definitely wearing all this in this room with the heat of my high performance computer, the monitor, my PodTrack P4 system, the microphone, the speakers and everything. It's definitely starting to get a little bit challenging, but we're going to push forward. That's definitely some good water. I prefer my coffee, but this water is tasting excellent right now. So give me one moment. Okay, hopefully I can put this cap back on. Okay, let's go back. Okay, and we are back. Which screen are we on? Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to take a moment to reset. Hello everyone, this is your last call for insight. We are a open discussion channel where we do discussions about real world problems, non-political real world problems. Politics in general doesn't really interest me at all. I think it's kind of a gray area where people take things very, very seriously. And the last thing that I really want is to not only insult someone of great power, but I'm not trying to bring that kind of heat on me. You know, maybe one day, once I understand the YouTube system, that may be something that we could potentially do. But for the time being, it's more so about having honest conversations between people and being able to not only infuse comedy in those conversations to promote discussion. A lot of the things that I discuss on this channel are merely in fun, not only to really be able to have the information that's being presented more digestible. I think it's important to have these discussions as neutral as possible. Even if, say for example, if we were close friends, I would like to think that you could approach me with any sort of problem or concern, and likewise I could approach you and we could, state our opinions just as they are without, taking anything personal. I think it's one of the things, even if you get your opinion out there, people don't always necessarily have to agree. And I think the environment of society or social media has kind of created a resistance in the natural flow of conversations, as well as sped up the process of people being able to communicate with one another, especially at a high rate of speed and amount of people. So, of course, reactions by, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people when they can see specifically anything that you post out there, whether it's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, anything like that, then there's kind of a harsh reality in regards to when things start to trend or spiral either in a good direction or a very negative direction. So I think it can be a very big challenge. I think it's important to understand what you put out there as far as the energy and the message. However, you can take my suggestions with a grain of salt. In most cases, people who listen to my channel are all adults, so of course you can make your own decisions. Just make sure that you live with the consequences. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera, but I'm still going to be here. This mask This mass is becoming a problem. Just one moment. I apologize for that sound that just happened just now. I had to take a small side step to the side. In between this mask, the shroud and hood, the suit, and the heat, I have to be. I'm sorry. I have to be able to take off this mask. This thing is bananas, like literally bananas. So, if you just bear with me one moment, I'm gonna set this stuff aside. I will still be here. I can still read comments and everything. What I will end up doing is we will reposition this just for the moment because I feel like I'm smothering myself here. So just one moment. Okay, and we're back. I appreciate everyone. Thank you for your patience. I'm not sure if it was the shroud or the mask or the combination of the two, but that was getting pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie. We of course are better now, since I have a opportunity to be able to breathe and give my head a opportunity to vent out the heat, because being right next to this computer has gotten to a point where it's definitely no fun. What we'll go ahead and do is I will put this back off. We'll go to number 6. This one is called By Candlelight by Paul Holmes. Yellow flame flickers, shadows dance upon the wall. Love grows ever strong. And that's the end of the poem. Yellow flame flickers. Oh, okay. Shadows dance upon top. Okay, it's a haiku. A haiku is 575. I was wondering why it was so short. I'm not overly impressed with that poem, but that's okay. You know, different strokes for different folks. Let's go to the next one. This one's called For Someone Special. The fear of rejection was stopping me, but I don't have time to waste. I'm past cloud 9 when I place my hands around your waist. I know lately things have been kind of crazy, but there's no denying it, girl. I want you to be my baby. I want to be the one you talk about when you talk to your friends about the one you're loving. The one you can run to, the one you can confide in. I want to be the one to keep you warm. I want to be the one to keep you warm when it's cold. Give you a hand to hold. someone to depend on when life gets rough. When you're not here, pictures and dreams just aren't enough. Sometimes I can't find the words to describe your beauty, and don't disagree, you look pretty hot to me. I want to be the one to loosen the cuffs when they're too tight. I'm the one who will have you smiling from the break of dawn till the late night. 'Cause the truth is, if the angel of death came to me tonight to take me off this earth, my last wish would be to see your face first. I know there is no angel that could ever match your beauty and style. Nobody on heaven or earth can come close to that beautiful smile. That one was very sweet. I would say it's probably within my top 5. That was number 7. Again, we read number 20 and 1 through 7. We started slightly out of order, and that's perfectly fine. This one is very sweet. It's very genuine. Again, for anyone who's interested in having some good poetry that you could say to your significant other, you can always watch the playback of this. I'll be posting it online. I apologize, I needed to drink some more water, and now that one is empty. I now have my second bottle of water here. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. I appreciate everyone stopping by. This is your last call for insight. Again, we are having a minor topic live stream where basically I'm showing appreciation for not only my female subscribers but also male subscribers if you happen to come in. If you just happen to pop in general, again, I promise to provide you with free compliments, conversation. If you would like a carnation or flower, I have those as well. As far as tonight's bottle is White Moscato Cupcake. In general, I don't drink wines of any kind, whether white or red. I think it's always nice to have a variety on hand. Again, they are not sponsored. The only reason why specifically I have this bottle is it kind of reminded me of someone, and I wanted to have it just in case if there was someone who would like a drink poured for them, I would pour it on camera. It's just, obviously something that it's an additional feature. It may be an undesirable feature, but it's still a feature nonetheless. Other than that, I do have several different types of literature that I will be reading off and on. Again, this is a very laid-back stream with really no direction. I currently have my camera off. This is the first live stream where I actually show myself, if you want to call it that. My camera is normally off during live streams, but I wanted to be able to not only show a physical avatar to present something of value for my viewers. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. If, of course, you catch this on the rerun, no big deal. I know you have things going on, important people, or important things to do, and I think life just happens, and I'd like to think that if by chance when you're done conquering the world, you can always pop back in and see how things are doing, or we can pick up exactly where right where we left off. So I appreciate everyone, each and every one of you. Again, if you enjoy my content, if you take a moment to watch any of the other videos, I always appreciate each and every one of those likes. If by chance you have a question or comment, feel free to leave a question or comment in the comment section or down below after I repost this video. I think your suggestions and ideas help me to create something creative that everyone can enjoy. It's definitely interesting to be able to not only provide something of service to each and every one of you, and again, other YouTubers do things slightly different than what I do, and of course I'm different than everyone else. I think each and every one of us, depending upon what it is that we're trying to create as a whole, specifically for content creators or streamers, I think it's really important to support and acknowledge the people that you roll with, and that's perfectly fine. I think each and every one of us, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, and we have everything that we have something of value that we can contribute. And I think for some individuals, it can be challenging at times, especially when you're first getting started out or maybe you're down on your luck. I think it can be a major challenge to really understand where you're at in life. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I need a drink. Maybe you're a young man or a young woman with very little experience, either with employment or relationships, and that's perfectly fine. I think the important thing to remember when it comes to gaining experience is everyone started off with no experience. I think one of the most underrated things that is one of the most underrated things that is extremely difficult to teach a young person, whether it's mentoring or a life lesson, whether it's mentoring or a life lesson, is, I think, experience and your network. Experience and your network are the two most unrated things, and the most difficult to teach another person that's never experienced either. If you try to teach someone experience just as a concept, it's impossible. I think it's one of those things you understand experience as you continue on. It's invaluable. Even your failures, it's really important. So whether it's whether it was a poop relationship, a bad job, perhaps a friend that was a very close friend and it didn't work out, having a understanding for not only the experience, maybe it was an extremely painful one, painful, embarrassing, sad. I think being able to acknowledge anything that you learned from that painful experience, that way when you move forward, it at least prevents you from repeating, hopefully, the same mistakes over again. Or at least that's what I like to believe. I believe it's okay to make mistakes. Occasionally you may make the same mistake twice or similar mistakes, but try not to repeat the same mistake over and over again. I think it's really important to acknowledge when you take a L. It's okay to acknowledge the L, but really think about the whole situation and what you could change. That way you can move forward and actually improve your situation. Maybe if you had a crappy boyfriend, crappy girlfriend, or had a friend that was, kind of more or less, steamrolling you, taking advantage of you. Understand, where you're at in life, where they were at. Make sure that you ask the right questions moving forward. Maybe you're meeting poor, and when I mean poor people, like poor people as in poor quality of people. Maybe you're meeting poor quality of people at the bar. Maybe the bar is not the place to be, or find a different bar. If you're picking up people at a dive bar, then I'm not saying that you can't find good people at a dive bar, but it's kind of like Russian roulette. You may be able to find a winner occasionally, and some others may may not necessarily be able to do that. So we will go ahead and start our next poem for this evening. This one is called "I Always Will." For those of you that are just coming in, welcome. This is just showing appreciation for everyone. It is Valentine's Day. I know it's a very special day to where everyone celebrates it differently. You may feel slightly different about Valentine's Day in general. Maybe you don't celebrate it, but again, I want to show appreciation for all my subscribers that happen to be popping in. If you aren't subscribed, that's perfectly fine. I'd like to provide you at least with a compliment. I am passing out free compliments to everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and as part of the service, I am providing poetry readings, pouring drinks, and everything else. But we're going to start on number 8, called "I Always Will." I loved you then, and I love you still. I adore you now, and I always will. It's a very simple poem. It's a short poem. Nothing overly fancy. I think it's short and sweet. I would probably say it's probably out of the 9 poems that we've read. I know we're on number 8, but we started with 20 and then went back to 1. I would say this is probably rated number 5, 6, or 7. It's not overly whoopy. It's quick and to the point. I think something could be said about, short, quick, and to the point, just because everyone is different, and it's important to offer those different types of value to people. Depending upon the person that you're dating, they may or may not appreciate that one compared to some of the other poems that we've read. And again, if I'm going to be posting this after the live stream is over, that way you'll be able to see all 20 of them. If by chance you're not someone that enjoys poems, that's perfectly fine. I think everyone is different, and it's good to show appreciation to whoever you're with, whether it's a guy or a girl, if you're married, if it's your girlfriend, if it's someone that you're just, casually partners with, if it's someone that you only share those occasional special moments, whoever it may be, it's important to really show appreciation for people. And regardless if it's Valentine's Day or not, I think obviously for Valentine's Day, while it's not a federal holiday, it's something that most people normally recognize globally. However, it's
the seriousness of Valentine's Day is accepted on variable levels. So I think if you show appreciation to your significant other, whoever they may be, regardless if it's Valentine's Day or not, it's not overly important to celebrate Valentine's Day as long as you're showing appreciation to that person and they know that you actually care. Everyone is, of course, is definitely different, but yeah, sorry about that. Everyone, of course, is definitely different. Sorry, I'm trying to modify stuff. Open that one. Okay, here we go. Everything is working as it should. And our music stopped again. Let me go ahead and start that back up. And we will start on number 9. Love sits on my shoulder. Love sits on my shoulder and whispers in my ear. It tells me how you love me and the words I want to hear. Excuse me. I apologize. I need to take another drink of water. Normally, I don't mind talking for long periods of time. It's just it's so dry and hot in this room. Or maybe it's the poetry, I don't know. Love is growing with you and filling in the gaps. Love is our tomorrows, our future, and our past. Love binds the ties together and secures them with a knot. Love is our plans that we outgrew and the ones that we forgot. Love is what we've had together all these blessed years. Love sits on my shoulder and whispers in my ear. That was number 9. I think it was sweet. Again, it's not overly whoopee compared to the 10 that we've read. We started at 21 and now we're at 9. I would probably say I wouldn't say it's the last one, but it's definitely probably the 4th to last one. So it's rated 6 or 7 right now. I'm actually looking up, someone had posted something. I'm trying to see if it's something that's meant to be blocked or not. Network of ground stations send VH radio signals that control the display event. Okay, VOR. Okay, that's what you meant. I apologize for hiding your comment there. I can actually fix that. Okay, I have that corrected now. I apologize about that. It is now back the way it should. It automatically blocked that, but everything is as it should be. So Welcome, everyone. I appreciate you stopping by. This is Last Call for Insight. Again, we are having a very casual live stream this evening, it being Valentine's Day. It is a very casual Monday, February 14th. And again, I figured that most people would be busy or spending their time either with significant others, people they care about, and that's perfectly fine. I think more than anything, I wanted to provide something of value, as well as show appreciation for my subscribers. As I had mentioned earlier in the stream, I had posted a video on the channel, which YouTube was very unhappy with. They did age restrict it, and that's perfectly fine. It was more so to show appreciation to my male subscribers and also be a meme at the same time. It was a meme called at the lead attorney. Statistically, my subscribers will outlive your subscribers. Hashtag meme. There wasn't anything serious intended behind it. It was more so intended as a joke. As far as statistical studies show that science uses, or sorry, that in regards to men being happy, they can increase their life expectancy by a range of 3 to 8 years. Again, this may vary, but when I went to go post the video, YouTube was, they gave me a very expedient age restriction, as well as I'm not sure if you all can actually see it, which is perfectly fine. The video itself is not for everyone, but the video out there is more meant for comic relief. And the reason why I'm doing the live stream today is again to show appreciation not only to my female subscribers, but also for those that may have a quiet evening themselves. So I appreciate anyone who pops in. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hopefully, you get an opportunity to at least go out for a little bit. Maybe you don't have a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or however you define whenever you're in a quote unquote entanglement with someone. I think there's something to be said for being able to appreciate the time alone. I think it's a important point to take time for yourself and kind of make an adjustment to determine where you're at. That way, you yourself can be happy. It can occasionally be very confusing depending upon if a relationship suddenly ended and then all of a sudden you find out someone else is interested. I think timing is very interesting when it comes to interacting as people. It's either exceptionally good timing or exceptionally bad timing, or at least in my experience, it seems like while it's nice to be for things to move at a very casual or slow pace where there's not a lot going on, it seems like in my life I hit very high spurts of extremely busy or easygoing, relaxing, and I think it's just one of those things that, depending upon how you book your schedule, maybe you have one job, or maybe you're working two jobs, a full time and a part time, or maybe you're pulling a Uncle Ruckus and you have like 52 jobs, just because you're trying to save money. That way you can achieve that next level. I think there's something to be said about the person that can put their nose to the grindstone. I like to think that in some way, shape, or form, that's also me as well. Usually, the times that I feel most happy are when I'm actually working on something. It doesn't necessarily need to be work, but when I find that I'm focused on something, and I can concentrate in that feeling of moving forward. I think is very rewarding for me. So it's just one of those things. It's not for everyone. I wouldn't necessarily recommend working an overabundance of jobs. I think it's important to at least work two jobs um, just because it's okay to get ahead. And I think if you have extra time, on your hands, a little bit of extra money is always helpful. And to be perfectly honest with you and everyone at this point that's listening, we've gone for roughly 1 hour and 46 minutes. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm not going to be able to get through the poetry. In between the heat and everything, I took my shroud and my mask off. That's starting to get a little bit difficult, plus the air in this room is extremely dry. I've already finished close to 2 bottles of 17-ounce water, and I'm starting to feel a little bit meh. So we will probably do at least one more poem, and then we'll probably wrap it up for this evening. But again, for everyone that popped in and at least took a peek, maybe you were doing a little bit of ninja watching in the background. That's perfectly fine. I appreciate having you here. For those of you that actually put in a comment and said hello, I want to just salute you all and show appreciation that I'm glad you stopped by. While your stay may have been extremely brief, I think it's important to show appreciation to those that come in. Maybe my content is not for you. Maybe it's just you wanted to see what was all, what it was all about. And again, we have our Valentine's Day special. I think as far as everyone goes, you're all welcome here, of course. We sure aren't for everyone, but of course everyone is welcome. And just promoting open conversations, open, honest conversations is really what it's about. So we will. Let's find a good one. We'll read this one here. This one's called There's No Obscurity. As I gaze into his liquid gold eyes, poetry radiates from his warm soul. His lips brush mine and I soar through the skies. Passion seizes me, I lose my control. An amalgam of thoughts pierce through my mind. There's love, trust, yet I feel petrified. I know destiny, our fates intertwined, but what if he's a dream, one I'm denied? 1,000 years I could spend with those suns, amid his presence. I've conquered all realms. I've witnessed beauty that forever stuns, and I have basked beneath his forest elms. Then and there, I grasp truth with clarity. He's in my arms. There's no obscurity. And that one's titled There's No Obscurity. With that being said, I think, let me double check the chat to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Okay, we have no new messages. I just want to say to all my subscribers, for all of you that have been rolling with me since the early days, back when no one was following me, I want to thank you deeply for showing a little bit of faith in my channel. Again, at times, maybe some of the jokes are a little bit extreme, or maybe they come from out of nowhere. I think more than anything, just trying to promote honest conversations. Not all the jokes that I'm sure, or not all the videos that I post, everyone's going to find funny. But I think if we can at least take a step towards having an honest conversation, uh, it at least helps us and moves us towards where we want to be. So I think overall, as far as tonight's live stream, it was definitely different than what I had intended. I didn't initially know what it would be like trying to wear a three-piece suit with a shroud and a mask inside of a room that's 100 degrees. However, I think at least for my subscribers, I hope, as far as either conversation or value, as well as trying to have a genuine conversation, that I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope as we move forward, we can at least, share. I was going to say intimate moments. This isn't really necessarily an intimate moment, but, I'm trying to. I'm not necessarily trying to woo anyone, but I think if we have these moments that are, genuine, where we can have these honest conversations where it comes from I guess, a place that's relatable for you, and it at least provides a positive message. Half of all the other videos, they're just jokes and memes that I put on, but at least when we have a moment where we can have a conversation together, you at least know that I'm trying to be sincere and we can at least talk. So, again, anyone who comes out, even if you watch the last few minutes of the stream, it's been a very relaxing evening, but I think it's been very enjoyable. I hope, as far as the evening, maybe you're just coming home from having a wild night. Maybe it's been uneventful or it's been a bust. I wanted to create this video just to show appreciation to all of you, regardless of what your situation is. That I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I hope you're safe. And of course, I hope you're able to surround yourself with people you care about and people that care about you. So, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap everything up. I just want to say one last time, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And let me just pause the music just for one moment. And remember, you're always welcome here, but we sure as hell aren't for everyone. Have a wonderful evening and a happy Valentine's Day.